her, and you could just hear it in her voice. So hopefully, yes, we can turn that sound and replay it, because that was a while ago. So we will in a little while, but not immediately.
We have reporters all over the Hoboken area this morning on Marcy Rubin, Marissa Brain, Tony Kudos at Hoboken University Medical Center.
I'm back, everybody. I had to go to the bathroom, so
hospitals very busy around Hudson County this morning, dealing with these victims of this Hoboken train accident. And we don't know why it happened, and certainly that's going to be the big question mark going forward. And we do understand the engineer survived this, so perhaps he will be able to shed some light onto what happened on that train. Did he have a medical issue? Or was there just a massive mechanical problem?
And as we've been reporting, actually this is a new video we haven't seen yet, of the emergency crews. Actually, Marcy had said this to us earlier, of the emergency crews just going through the city, one after the other after the other.
It's a shame.
One after the other going. Yeah. Well, they all went, and not just from that. I mean, I saw a tweet as far away as Neptune in Monmouth County that was sending help. So this has been a North Jersey, in the case of Neptune, a Central Jersey response this morning. Everybody headed to the Hoboken train station.
That's a shame.
To remind you, but if you're going to drive around Hoboken,
a lot of injuries.
Change your plans. I would think just about everything from Jersey City, where you get off there from the Turnpike north, forget it, and everything coming from the Lincoln Tunnel south, forget it. I mean, the best way around Hoboken right now is to walk, I would think, at this point.
Or stay away.
Yeah, so that's the best idea. If you had any plans of driving into Hoboken or anything today, just cancel.
Even our crews.
Even the crews trying to get there.
We have 3 crews in there in the city of Hoboken now, but we were trying to get more crews in to help out, and they were starting to get turned away. Police were saying, you can't come into the city right now. So we're lucky to have the crews that we have now, and hopefully that will alleviate itself, and more of our crews can get into the city.
Guys, we're going to hear some pretty amazing stories, I have a feeling, of people helping others.
Heroic stories.
Exactly. They were injured, but they needed to pull somebody out. There's rubble. Here's another person who was on the train or a witness to it.
And he came outside, and I was able to find him, and he wasn't injured, so. It was shocking. I was very scared, and, I'm pregnant, so, just, myself, but I couldn't just hold it. It was very scary.
Wow.
It was very, shocking. We didn't expect that at all.
Pregnant lady? That's crazy.
It was shocking to all these people with, so much blood everywhere. It was just one of the things that I probably will remember for a while. And I'm hoping that woman was okay, because she was laying down for a long time, and even though they couldn't even move her, and I just looking at her legs completely cut side to side, was very, very scary. Yeah, he was walking to take the light rail, and that's where the train hit, and that's where he called me, and he's like, I'm okay, and, it was very shocking. So, yeah. I mean, I was there. No, I was there for a while. I was taking, video. Yes. I have to go.
Is your husband in the hospital now?
No, he's not in the hospital. He's okay. He's not. They asked him to do it because he had some blood on his tooth. So, can you just tell us what you saw when you got here to the scene? You said your husband was here at the time. Right? We were both together. Okay. So that's why I already told the lady, and it was just something that we didn't expect to happen, and he just missed it because he was inside the station when that happened. And everybody was running, and we didn't expect. At first, we didn't see all the people injured, and then they stopped coming out of the station one after another one. Where we were standing right there, and just see them one after another one. It was just like so much blood. It was just very scary, and I'm not sure. Hopefully, everybody was okay. I sent the video to whoever asked me. I have to go, guys. Thank you.
What's your name, I'm sure?
Missima.
I was another eyewitness talking about what she saw and her husband, and just describing the bloody scene of one after the other victims coming out of the train station with lacerations and just looks of horror on their faces. And that woman describing how she's pregnant and how nervous she's been seeing all of this.
That's the disturbing part. So many eyewitness reports of a lot of blood.
Right.
And, we're not hearing official numbers, and just yet of critical injuries or deaths. We do believe up to 3 were killed.
Up to 3.
On official word. They're probably still trying to sort it out themselves. They've got to communicate with a number of hospitals in the Hudson County area
I don't know.
region to figure out how many patients do you have, because they load them into ambulances. These ambulances go, and there's no one there just taking account of what's going on. So that's all being assessed right now. And we want to play for you this interview with Jamie, I believe her name was. She was on one of the cars on this train, the Pascack Valley train that crashed into the station.
And that's when we started to notice that there were more injuries, more severe. I just feel the strain from the impact, but nothing like what those people might be feeling. That's all I really know. We were able to get out, and we saw that the entire structure had collapsed into the front of the train car, and that's it.
I know this is so hard. We appreciate you describing this for us. Can you just tell me real quick, how busy was the train? I know you said you had to stand to this, obviously you're standing to an old kind of train. And how fast do you think we were? Did you sense that you guys were slowing down to arrive at the terminal at all?
We never really slowed down. I don't feel like we slowed down. It was the standard speed of what the train runs when we're going from point A to point B. But I don't know why that was.
I didn't realize you were really arriving at the terminal.
Yeah, we knew because we saw this. We were in the station already. So I'm not sure why it didn't slow down, or if it did, or if we tried to brake and something happened. But for the most part, we just saw. I mean, we didn't see anything because the lights went out, and we just felt it was more than a jolt. Like everyone was thrown to the other side. That was it. There was no indication that anything had changed or anything was different, except for the fact that we didn't necessarily slow down into the station. So I mean, I was on the train, so I don't know if something was already happening outside of the train and he was trying to avoid it, or like I don't know. All we know is that like we collided and everyone was thrown.
And a packed train, can you describe, were people panicking? Were they trying to help one another?
No, for the most part, the people that were in the immediate area were they stay calm. Nobody like started running, and the people in the train car were panicking because I believe those people in the front were very badly injured. So they started yelling, I guess, when they saw the blood. But it was super packed. This was a shorter train, but it's been standard for a couple weeks now where there's been shorter trains, so there's been more people in the cars. But for the most part, it was a typical commute.
And you're okay? Thank you so much, Steve. What again, I send it back to you. Jamie was describing being on that train, telling us that she did not sense that it slowed down at all when you were in the station.
I don't remember any screeching. Again, there could have been, but in that moment when you're trying to help injured people, or like when you felt the train slamming or sliding into the station, we weren't necessarily, we just wanted to make sure that everyone that we could help was standing on their feet, or that we could get them out of harm's way. As I said, the second car kind of like jumped a little bit onto the first, like where we were standing, so it kind of like crushed that little center where people would be normally standing, and threw them into where we were.
You said you were able to stand up because you held on to the.
I was in between. I was able to stand up, and there were people in front of me, so I couldn't kind of like fall down to the ground, but I just toppled over on them.
How did people get out of the train? You were telling me before the first two seats.
I only know how we got out. The conductor was able to ask one of the gentlemen to lift the latch, and we were able to open the door normally and get out.
What about those first two seats?
I'm not sure. Those people probably were rescued by the police officers. Those were the people that were exiting the train very badly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just really like shaken up. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. That sound from an eyewitness, someone who was actually on the train when this.
Oh, that's by New York. Well, not New York, but you know.
How absolutely devastated she was to witness that and to experience that.
Northeast Jersey.
And it's just a devastating situation that these folks had to go through this.
Frightening for hundreds of people, not just on the train, but those standing around the station waiting for what have you, and to continue their morning commute.
And there was that pregnant woman right before who said how she had to see all these bloody people coming out of the train station just absolutely with a look of horror on their faces.
So just after 11 o'clock, let's reset here. It was about 8:45 this morning, so 2 hours, 15 minutes ago, that a Pascack Valley train, we believe train number 1614, crashed into the Hoboken train station. For whatever reason, it did not stop at the terminal. It continued on, and at least one of the cars wound up in the Hoboken train station waiting room. There are about 100 people injured. We're getting confirmed reports now on one person dead, but that could rise to 3. That seems to be the report. And again, this happened a couple
Oh, they're saying this one person died, but there could be up to 3 people. Oh, okay, I see.
Survivor who was on the train first car, second row, could hear from him in a moment over the phone. He did not want to appear on camera, certainly understandable. You hear from him in a moment. It took up from the public information officer here at Hoboken University Medical Center. They also represent Christ Hospital in Jersey City. A total of 17 patients brought to the 2 hospitals, 16 here in Hoboken, 1 at Christ Hospital, 1 pediatric patient is what we were told. I don't know the age at this point. Extent of the injuries, a lot of broken bones, a lot of issues that they're dealing with right now. I asked if any are life-threatening. He said he didn't want to answer that just yet. Initially, he felt that there weren't any serious injuries brought here, but now he said he wants to double-check just to make sure he can give us specific info. We're still waiting on an update. But again, 17 patients and all. Let me bring in the gentleman who was on the train. I'm basically going to hand him the phone here and ask him to tell us his story as he was on the train. And correct me if I'm wrong, you said you were on the first car, second row. Tell us what you experienced as it was pulling into the station.
All right, I was on the second row of the first lead car, and the train just didn't stop at the end of the platform. It kept going. So it felt like an earthquake for like just 5, maybe 7, 8 seconds, and finally it stopped. And the things are just falling down on the ceiling, and basically the whole car is like twisted metal. But somehow, I was a little stuck. You said you really strength in your head. That's it.
Yeah, it also said to me, he said we're glad you're okay. He had also said to me that he felt more fortunate than if he had won the lottery. The fact that he's standing here at the hospital, he has no serious injuries, but he rides that train every day. And as they were pulling in, he knew something wasn't quite right. It felt a little bit different to him. And then he basically had to brace for impact, as so many others did as well. But he feels very fortunate to be here. And, sir, did you walk here? Did you walk over this area? You walked? The traffic was bad, yeah, so he walked from the train station to the hospital to see what the situation was. He's getting updates like we are now, but fortunately, he is okay, and we certainly appreciate his time. But again, as we get more and more updates, we're waiting for officially the injury, the extent of the injuries for those who were brought to this hospital, Hoboken University Medical Center. Again, 16 patients here, 1 pediatric patient, and 1 taken to Christ Hospital.
So there's one that's under 18.
We were told that some bumps, some bruises, some folks walked in. We watched that happen, and we're waiting to hear the extent of those injuries at some point this morning.
So one minor, basically.
Check out Facebook. I keep on Facebook Live as well as we wait for one of our live to get here so we can go live for you.
Alright, everybody, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching my stream, and I'll see you soon. Bye.